You know, life is a funny thing. As you walk your path, you'll notice something real quick. Not everybody is meant to walk it with you. I had to learn this the hard way. When you're trying to grow, trying to chase your dreams, trying to become the best version of yourself, you don't just need motivation, you need clarity. And let me tell you, one of the clearest signs of wisdom is knowing when to cut people off. A wise person knows the power of their circle. It's one of the most underrated truths about life. The people you surround yourself with can either elevate you to new heights or drag you down to the depths of mediocrity. You've heard it said before, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, that's not just some cute saying. That's a life principle. Look around you. Who are you spending your time with? Are they pushing you to be better, or are they comfortable with you staying the same? A wise person understands that energy is contagious. If you're around people who constantly complain, who see problems in every opportunity, who lack drive or ambition, that energy is going to seep into you. It's inevitable. On the flip side, if you're around people who inspire you, who challenge you, who light a fire in you to do more and be more, that energy transforms you. You start seeing the world differently. You start seeing yourself differently. Now, here's the tough part. Sometimes the people who hold us back are the ones closest to us. Family, lifelong friends, co-workers. It's hard to admit, but not everyone in your life is good for you. A wise person recognizes this and makes decisions accordingly. They don't let guilt or fear keep them tied to relationships that don't serve their. The power of your circle isn't just about who's in it, it's about the boundaries you set. A wise person guards their space fiercely because they know that their circle determines their future. They know that the company they keep will either nurture their potential or stifle it. And so they choose wisely every single time. Cutting people off is not an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-preservation. People often misunderstand this. They think distancing yourself from someone means you're heartless or cold, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It's not about hate or anger. It's about recognizing that your well-being matters just as much as anyone else's. A wise person knows that you can't pour from an empty cup, and sometimes the only way to refill that cup is by stepping away from the ones who keep draining it. Think about it. How can you give your best to the world if you're constantly surrounded by negativity, toxicity, or people who don't believe in you? It's impossible. Cutting people off doesn't mean you don't care about them. It means you care about yourself enough to protect your peace. There's a big difference between being selfish and practicing self-preservation. Selfishness is about putting yourself first at the expense of others. Self-preservation is about knowing when you need to prioritize your own mental, emotional, and spiritual health to survive and thrive. The truth is, you can forgive people without keeping them in your life. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's about letting go of the resentment, the anger, and the pain they might have caused you. But forgiving someone doesn't mean you have to allow them the same access to you as before. A wise person understands this distinction. They can let go of grudges while also letting go of relationships that no longer align with their journey. Cutting someone off is not an easy decision, but it's often a necessary one. It's not about being cruel, it's about creating space for positivity, growth, and the kind of connections that truly uplift your life. The company you keep shapes your future. This isn't just a motivational phrase, it's a universal truth. The people you surround yourself with influence the way you think, the decisions you make, and the paths you take in life. A wise person understands that their environment plays a critical role in their success or failure, so they don't take the company they keep lightly. They know that if they spend their time with people who lack ambition, complain about everything, or settle for less, it won't be long before they begin to adopt the same mindset. You see, human beings are like sponges. Whether you realize it or not, you absorb the energy, attitudes, and habits of the people closest to you. If your circle is filled with dreamers, go-getters, and positive thinkers, that energy becomes a part of you. You start to see possibilities instead of problems. You begin to believe in yourself because you're surrounded by people who believe in themselves. And in you. But if your circle is filled with negativity, self-doubt, or complacency, that energy will pull you down, even if you're trying to rise above it. The power of influence is subtle but profound. A wise person takes inventory of their relationships regularly. They ask themselves tough questions. Are these people helping me grow, or are they holding me back? Are they lifting me up, or are they dragging me down? And when they realize someone is no longer contributing to their growth, they make the tough decision to distance themselves, not out of hate, but out of self-respect and self-awareness. Your future depends on the people you allow into your life. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be the best version of yourself. Anything less is a disservice to your potential. You can forgive people without letting them drain your energy. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools you have, but it's often misunderstood. People think that forgiving someone means you're excusing their behavior or inviting them back into your life the same way. That's not what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of what they did to you. It's about choosing to let go of the anger, the bitterness, and the resentment so you can move forward. But letting go doesn't mean you have to let them back in. Forgiveness doesn't require you to stay connected to someone who drains your energy. You can forgive a person in your heart and still recognize that they're not good for you. Maybe they've hurt you one too many times, or maybe they bring constant negativity into your life. Whatever the case, forgiveness is not an open door for them to continue their behavior. It's a boundary, a way of saying, I wish you well, but I can't allow you to disrupt my peace anymore. A wise person understands this balance. They forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because they deserve peace. Holding on to grudges or replaying past hurts only keeps you trapped. But cutting ties with someone who constantly drains your energy is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's a way of protecting the time, energy, and emotional capacity you need to focus on your own growth and happiness. When you forgive, you free yourself. And when you choose not to let someone back in, you're setting a standard for how you want to be treated moving forward. Forgiveness and self-respect go hand in hand. You can have both without sacrificing your peace. Wisdom is in recognizing toxicity before it harms you. A wise person has the ability to see through the smiles, the words, and the surface-level interactions to understand the true impact people have on their life. It's not always easy to spot toxicity, especially when it comes disguised as love, support, or friendship. Sometimes it's subtle, a backhanded compliment here, a consistent undermining of your goals there. Other times it's blatant, like constant negativity, manipulation, or disrespect. But no matter how it presents itself, toxicity left unchecked will eat away at your peace, your confidence, and your growth. Recognizing toxic people requires a deep level of self-awareness. A wise person pays attention to how they feel after interacting with someone. Do they feel uplifted and inspired? Or do they feel drained, insecure, or unmotivated? They take note of patterns, not just isolated incidents. Someone who consistently criticizes your dreams, belittles your efforts, or makes everything about themselves isn't just having a bad day. They're showing you who they are. And when someone shows you who they are, it's up to you to believe them. Toxicity doesn't just affect your emotions, it affects your ability to move forward. It clouds your judgment, makes you doubt yourself, and distracts you from your goals. A wise person doesn't wait for toxicity to derail them. They act early. They recognize that walking away from harmful relationships isn't selfish, it's survival. It's a way of reclaiming your power and protecting the space you need to thrive. Life is too short to carry the weight of toxic people. A wise person knows that their peace and potential are worth more than any connection that comes with a cost. They see toxicity for what it is and remove it before it has a chance to harm them. Growth often requires leaving certain people behind. It's a hard truth to accept, but as you evolve, not everyone can come with you. When you're striving to become the best version of yourself, pursuing your dreams, breaking old habits, or stepping into new opportunities, some people won't understand. They might resist your growth, not because they hate you, but because your progress shines a light on their stagnation. A wise person recognizes this dynamic and understands that holding on to the wrong people can slow them down. It's not easy to outgrow people you care about. These might be lifelong friends, close family members, or people who were there for you during difficult times. But just because someone was part of your journey in the past doesn't mean they're meant to stay in your life forever. Growth is about elevation, and elevation often requires separation. It's like climbing a mountain. You can't carry unnecessary weight and expect to reach the top. A wise person knows that leaving people behind doesn't mean abandoning them out of spite or malice. It's about protecting your path. You can wish someone well while acknowledging that their energy, mindset, or behavior no longer aligns with where you're headed. Growth demands that you surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you, not those who pull you back into old patterns or discourage you from moving forward. When you grow, you'll attract new connections, people who align with your vision and values. These are the people who will celebrate your wins, support your journey, and push you to reach higher. Letting go of those who don't support your growth isn't just necessary. It's a sign of maturity and self-respect. Growth is never easy, but it's always worth it, even if it means leaving some people behind. In life, the choices you make about who you allow into your inner circle shape your destiny. A wise person understands that protecting their peace, energy, and potential sometimes means silently cutting off the wrong people. This isn't an act of cruelty, but one of self-preservation, growth, and self-respect. Forgiving someone doesn't mean giving them access to your life again, and recognizing toxicity is not about judgment, but about survival. The company you keep is a reflection of your future, and growth often requires tough decisions. Leaving behind people who no longer align with your journey. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your mental and emotional health. It's necessary. By releasing negativity and surrounding yourself with the right energy, you create space for joy, purpose, and success. So, choose your circle wisely, protect your peace fiercely, and don't be afraid to walk away when it's what's best for you.